Good evening. It's Monday, April 15th, 2024. This is a Kearney Board of Aldermen meeting. Call the meeting to order. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Shirley, have you had a chance to take roll?
I have taken roll. Everybody is present and you have a quorum.
Okay, thank you. First item on the agenda this evening is personal appearances. We have a proclamation for Older American Months, which will be received by Marie Steiner, Clay County Senior Services Board member. If you could read the proposed proclamation.
A proclamation recognizing May 2024 as Older Americans Month. Whereas May is Older Americans Month, a time for us to recognize and honor Kearney's older adults and their immense influence on every facet of American society. And whereas, through their wealth of life experience and wisdom, older adults guide our younger generations and carry forward abundant cultural and historical knowledge. And whereas, older Americans improve our communities through intergenerational relationships, community service, civic engagement, and many other activities. And whereas communities benefit when people of all ages, abilities, and backgrounds have the opportunity to participate and live independently. And whereas Kearney must ensure that older Americans have the resources and support needed to stay involved in their communities, reflecting our commitment to inclusivity and connectedness. And now, therefore, I, Randy Pogue, Mayor of Kearney, do hereby proclaim May 2024 as Older Americans Month. This year's theme, Powered by Connection, emphasizes the profound impact of meaningful interactions and social connection on the well-being and health of older adults in our community. I call upon all residents to join me in recognizing the contributions of our older citizens and promoting programs and activities that foster connection, inclusion, and support for older adults. In witness whereof I have hereunto set my hand and caused to be affixed the seal of the City of Kearney, Missouri, this 15th day of April 2024.
Thanks again, Marie, for being here and your service for the Clay County Senior Board and the seniors of Kearney.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next item of business under public hearings, we do have a public hearing notice to receive public comments regarding an amendment to the Shops at Greenfield Development Plan for 3 existing undeveloped commercial lots along Commerce Drive, and a conditional use permit allowing shared parking among the 3 same lots. David?
I can kind of summarize. There's an ordinance proposal later for you guys to consider. We do have members of the audience, I think, here maybe want to testify, but GGN Development, represented by Garrett and Jerry Seiler, own 3 vacant lots in Shops at Greenfield. I always want to say Shops at Kearney, Shops at Greenfield. They're proposing a modification to the CP, Commercial Plan District Concept Plan for that area. There's some variations to the buildings and the lot layout. Things that are match what the old plan included were some on-street parking along Commerce Drive and no access to Greenfield's Muse Drive, which is the residential street over to the west. Because there are changes to the plan, it does require a hearing and board consideration. Also, as part of that, they do propose a building on Lot 4, which is a lot that abuts Jefferson Street on the north side of the bank. Part of the parking will be located on the west side of Commerce Drive, which would actually be on Lot 3, and the code provides for an application process to allow a conditional use permit for parking that would be essentially off-site. So the proposal is a modification of the concept plan and a conditional use permit allowing the extra parking space to be on Lot 3 rather than just Lot 4.
All right, if you wish to speak for or against the proposed amendment to the Shops at Greenfield, I'll ask you to come forward, state your name and address for the record. Floor is open for public input, comment. Go ahead, sir.
My name is David Marler. I'm a resident of the village at Greenfield along Greenfield Muse. And I'm here to represent the board and the 20 homes of residents that we have. Most importantly, the homes that are on the south end that will be looking across the street at the proposed development. I understand, or we understand, that there's no building plan for the two buildings in lot, 3 and 4, at this time. And so, we can only, at this time, say we're concerned about some issues. I tried to be upfront with all the aldermen, the mayor, David, on what our concerns are. And if I may, I'll just briefly go through them once again. We're concerned about the double parking that will be proposed in the plan, that is proposed in the plan, that's going to be behind lot 3. A double row parking behind the building looks to us like it's just going to eliminate the ability to put in any sizable berm with evergreen trees to kind of block the view of the residents to the back of the building. And we're thinking that, double row parking, at least one of those rows probably should be in front of the building. We're concerned about the noise of cars coming and going, doors slamming, and so forth. And you'll see from the original plan, there's not that many allocated parking spots in front of building 3. I think there's only like 7, and the rest are allocated 8 slots for the building across the street. And so, we would like to say in the future, when this comes to be, and we talk about building buildings in those properties, the proposal that we have now is a concern. We also have concern about the dumpster locations. They're on the rear of the properties, and my guess is they're probably less than 75 feet from the residents' homes. And I live in the middle of our development. Early morning, when the trash truck comes to empty the dumpster beside the bank, it's early because they want to get there before all the traffic starts. And we hear all the banging and the noise that's going on, and that dumpster is quite a ways further than what we're going to be seeing, the 2 dumpsters across the street from what we refer to as Quad 1, the further southern residences. We're also concerned about the flat roof buildings. Of course, we'd rather see the design that was on the original plan that had what appeared to be professional buildings with hip and gable roofs. But now we're proposing flat roofs with air conditioners and so forth on top, which are going to be unsightly and probably generate some noise. But we're not adverse to the shops themselves. We know that it's fruitless to try to battle for the original design to remain in place and see those professional buildings. It's not going to happen, so there's no sense fighting that battle. The other thing about the air conditioners on the roof, I propose, and I actually, in the letter I sent to the board here, I called it the front and side walls that were 17'10". I misread that. That's really what they refer to as towers on the building. And what we're suggesting is if that back of the building was at one height at 17'10", it would probably block the view of the air conditioners on the roofs and probably mitigate some of the noise that would be coming from them. Obviously, number 4, I said we would certainly like to see the rear of the buildings enhanced, made look nicer, as I think is already proposed for the building that's going to be voted on tonight. So with that, that's our concerns. There's not a great deal of concerns. We didn't come here to battle, but we just want to make record of what our concerns are and appreciate some consideration. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anybody else that would wish to speak for or against the proposed amendment to the shops at Greenfield development? Seeing none, close the floor for public comment input. We'll consider the ordinance later on in the meeting. So that concludes our public hearing process. We'll move on to the consent agenda. Any board members have any questions or items of discussion on the consent agenda this evening? Seeing none, we can entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
So moved.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Consent agenda passes. That brings us to adjournment sine die, the end of this legislative session. Can we entertain a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We are adjourned. This evening, we have a reception planned between our 2 meetings to celebrate one of our own who is leaving us, and then to also celebrate a new board member joining us. First, Jerry, if I could present you with a plaque. You've served in this position for over 12 years, so we appreciate your many years of dedicated service, and thank you for your loyalty, leadership, and commitment to the city of Kearney. So on behalf of myself and the board, I'd like to present you with this plaque.
Just say a 10-minute recess.
Yeah, if we could, we'll do a 10-minute recess to allow everybody to enjoy refreshments, cookies, and punch, and we'll re-adjourn and start our next session at 6:53. Before we continue our meeting this evening with the administrative oath of offices, we do have some new employees with us this evening that I would like the department heads to introduce. Chief Thomas, you have the floor if you want to introduce your new employees that are with us this evening.
Thank you, Mayor. You guys get to come up here. Congratulations. This is Steve Kopp. He comes to us as another person that also was not very good at staying retired. And he's retired from Clay County Sheriff's Department. He was a sergeant there, with a very long list of skills and training that he's had, to include, he's going to be our property room manager. He's also going to help us out with firearms. He's an excellent firearms instructor, and then some investigative skills as well. He's going to help us out on a lot. He's our 1,000-hour employee, and we're really happy to have him. Jonathan Abbott is one of our new police officers that was sworn in recently. He's from Polo. His wife and daughter are here in the back. He was the chief of police in Polo, and he brings a lot of really good experience, especially kind of a small town flair as far as the way we like doing business. So we're really happy to have him as well. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you.
Welcome.
And Sunday, could you please come up? I'd like to introduce Sunday Hayes. She is coming from the private world, non-government, but she has a lot of great experience, so we are lucky to have her here. She is our new Executive Administrative Assistant and Deputy City Clerk. So welcome.
We'll continue on with the regular agenda, which is the 2024-2025 legislative session beginning, and we'll move forward with the administration of oath of office for our newly elected officials.
David and Ashton, if you want to maybe stand, maybe we'll move this podium.
I'll come up here and stand by you.
Thanks.
So I, and state your name,
I, Benjamin,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I possess all the qualifications
that I possess all the qualifications
of the office of Board of Aldermen
of the office of Board of Aldermen
as prescribed by law,
as prescribed by law.
that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America
That I will support the Constitution of the United States of America
and of the state of Missouri,
and the state of Missouri,
the provisions of all laws of this state
the provisions of all laws of this state,
affecting cities of the fourth class,
affecting cities of class 4,
and the ordinances of the city of Kearney, Missouri,
and the ordinances of Kearney, Missouri,
and faithfully demean myself in office,
and faithfully demean myself in office.
so help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Next item is the election of the board president. Each year, the Board of Aldermen must nominate and elect one of their own members to serve as board president for a term of 1 year. I will open the floor for nominations of board president.
I'd like to nominate Dan Holt.
Any other nominations to move forward? All right, have a nomination on the table for Dan Holt. All in favor?
Aye.
Oppose? Dan Holt unanimously is elected the board president.
Thank you, Board.
Next item is election of the planning and zoning representative. Each year, the Board of Aldermen nominates and appoints one of their own members to serve as a representative on the Planning and Zoning Commission term for 1 year.
I'd like to nominate Kathy Barger.
Are there any other nominations on the floor? All in favor for Kathy Barger to represent us as our planning and zoning representative? Is there a motion? Sorry.
So moved.
You nom first,
I nominate-
second. So moved. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Oppose? Congratulations, Kathy. Sorry to make that difficult on us
Thank you very
here.
much.
All right, next item is the consent agenda. Does anybody on the board have any questions or items of discussion on the consent agenda this evening? Seeing none, if we can entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Oppose?
I do just want to make clarification for Ashton that all these vehicles that you see on here, they were in the budget this year. This isn't an added.
Right.
Thanks.
Consent agenda is approved as presented. We'll move on to ordinances. First item is a motion approving bill number 16, 2024, presented by David Pavlich. An ordinance approving an amended concept plan and granting a conditional use permit for shared parking shops at Greenfield lots 2 through 4 as requested by GJM Development. Do you have anything else to add from staff?
No, not really, though I do want to say that the recommendation from the planning and zoning was for approval. The conditions would include the concept plan as attached, so that includes the layout and the building elevations, that there be a shared parking agreement prior to issuance of a building permit, while GJM still owns all 3 tracks, and then developing the site in compliance with all our codes and requirements, which is a standard condition.
Anything else from our P and Z liaison?
I would add that the back elevation that's in your packet, I don't believe is the correct one. Because it's still gray across
Yeah,
the top.
with the site plan, they updated to add some additional darker gray along the top 2 tiers.
To make it
I
more,
guess we could ask that be switched around for the concept plan also.
to make it similar so that it looks from the highway, that it looks,
Yeah, so the
More
elevations in the packet would be what would be considered the minimum treatments on the 4 sides of the building.
I would like the board to see what, the correct elevation then. Could you make that available?
Page 76.
it's in the
I
surface.
can put it on screen too.
That's not the-
76 is the old one.
That's the old one.
Yeah, if we could put the proposed on the screen, that would be helpful.
65, here we go.
Page 65?
Yeah, so you can see the hand on
See
the
at the bottom.
screen.
Okay.
And so the change would be I'm gonna call them 2 levels up at the top, the dark gray
Yeah, it's
here,
page 65.
the dark gray here, the dark gray here were updated, rather than all light gray in those areas.
So the back of the building, so the lot just north, the same side of the road of Southern Bank, so it's the back of the building that's going to be facing 33 Highway?
Correct.
But we're not asking for any other improvements to the back of the building, kind of to match the front as far as the stone or anything, to kind of make that a little more.
Yeah, not the elevation that's included in the packet.
Okay.
Is there any screening on top of the building to screen the air conditioning units? We've heard about,
We have a code requirement that they not be visible from public rights of way, so they will be screened or have a permit. This is old.
but the problem with that is that 33 is considerably lower than,
Which would make those any rooftop equipment harder to see. Jerry could probably answer questions about the mechanical equipment.
what's the screening made of? Is it,
The back wall, the roof sets down like 2.5 feet on the back. I don't have a gutter across the back
okay,
because that wall is taller than the roof. I got a taper roof system that the water drains to scuppers.
right,
So the only thing we set on the roof is air conditioners. So they'll be down below the back of that parapet wall across the back. They'll be down below that height to meet the city code. I'm not gonna build a metal screen around them. The roof units will be down. Our HVAC, we designed the inside to hang them. We will not put no rooftop units up on the roof because they stand up too tall.
well, that was my,
And noise too.
Right, that was my concern, was most rooftop units would be too tall.
Yeah.
Even,
Yes, it would be.
even if you're down on 33, it would still be too tall.
That would be too tall.
Right,
Well, air conditioner, I think they say is 2'6" tall, so I got to keep them down below it, so you can't see the top of it.
so the only thing on the roof is a condenser unit.
Yep, and there is two ventilation fans. And they go around with about 2 foot diameter, sticks up about 6 feet. Or I have to have them built.
To tell us,
Sure. Right.
where are the trash dumpsters?
Where's this trash dumpster?
On which,
Right,
They talked about the trash dumpster being right in front of them.
Right
that'll work,
there.
yes.
Yeah.
Enclosures, and then on lot 4, up in the northeast corner.
So it's up by 33.
They're enclosures, so there'll be a dumpster within an enclosure, so they'll have an enclosure wrap around.
Do you have anything that shows the enclosures?
Yes.
Yeah, they got one shows the enclosure.
Yeah, it's on this it's on the elevation sheet with the big frontage, so it'll be a block.
Well, if you put them anywhere else, trash truck's gonna have trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was trying to move them away from the road, but to do so, then you're gonna have, because that trash truck, he doesn't move around well, he's got to move it back in there.
I'd like to hear the board's thoughts on my ask of, if you look at the front of, on page 64, the front with the stone, it's easy for me to have this ask of the applicant, but I'm not the one paying for this project. But with the lot 2 building, I mean, facing 33 highway, I think it would look nice instead of having just a plain back retail office building look, if we would ask some sort of stone veneer similar to the front of the building.
You just talking about like the wainscot, like it's doing?
I think that's a
Jerry, do you have any tenants lined up already, or?
We do, we don't have the letter of intent as of now, we're waiting for approval, so I'll definitely be working on that this week and next week.
Because I noticed one of them has a drive-up window.
We currently have a verbal commitment on roughly 4, if not 5 of the spaces in there,
great.
which would be 2, if not 3 businesses.
Right. Yeah, that's great. I think that's a legitimate ask, is to have some sort of wainscot or stone veneer on the back of, to dress that up a little bit, since it faces 33, if the applicant's willing to do that.
So another thing that we've done in our current building over on lot 1 in phase 6 off of 19th Street, now granted, the back of our building does not face one of the major highways, but we did accent like strips with different colors and stuff that looks really good. We haven't really put too much thought in the back. Obviously, a wainscot with stone is obviously more money. I'm not a big fan of, you see where the tenant signs are on the back of the building? They have light gray. I'm not a big fan of that. So this is just work in progress. I definitely want to put a little bit more thought into it, and even maybe going and just having different colors of gray as we have in our current building over on 19th Street as well. Because with that being a drive-through, having a wainscot or whatnot, you're really not going to be seeing that well, especially with the landscaping that's going to be required by the city too. So from the road, this is something to keep in. I definitely, the aesthetics of it and everything, and the design concept can be better off the back. But that's just work in progress right now.
Yeah, I think, our concern is that it'd be more visually appealing. We're looking at the back of the building instead of the front of the building. The one on 19th Street from the front looks great.
Yeah.
But we don't see the back of it.
True.
So this one, we're gonna see the back of it, not the front of it.
The only problem we got with this one, you ain't got glass, you can't put glass doors in it.
Sure, absolutely. Right,
And the bathroom's back there.
right.
So it's kind of hard to really dress it up because of you can't put no glass or nothing in it.
Right.
I understand that. And Jerry,
We want
Gary,
something that looks nice.
yeah, Jerry, that's what I was gonna say. You guys have been good partners to the city. I'm not worried about your overall quality of product. I'm just trying to think of what we need to do here to, with the back of the building facing one of our main roads, just to see what we can do here to maybe.
And I would be okay on that back with well-maintained landscaping. Something that maybe is a little more than what the city, instead of asking them to put veneer, to put something that's maybe a little more than what the city would normally ask for nice shrubs, maybe, flowers or trees or whatever on that backside, so that the green is something that people see as they're driving down the highway too. So
Instead of the building.
yeah. So
How
that
many
might,
trees has he got to put in there? I like Kathy's idea. How many trees he's got to put along that back?
You're going to require quite a bit.
You have a point system of landscaping.
Yeah, I know, that's why,
Yeah.
since a lot of it's ate up with parking lot, I didn't know, have we got plenty of trees to do that?
If you're driving down Jefferson on Highway 33, and when we put landscaping, you will not see that wainscot, what you guys are talking about.
No, plus it's up the hill too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we're building a retaining wall back there too. So, I mean, our focus was really to try to get a concept with a different accent at the top. And also the signage as well is gonna be drawing everyone's eye. If they're driving down there, like say at night or at dusk or something, those signs will be lit as well. So, I think if we just do a different color, the accent, I think it would be this. We even thought maybe, you see where the tower, the main, do it off the back, but then where the doors are, it kind of off-centers it. We were kind of cutting it up too much. So sometimes you overthink it. We just want to kind of keep it clean and crisp with color palettes. And the landscaping around it is going to be really nice.
Yeah, I got a 4-foot tall retaining wall that you can see from Jefferson Street, so it'll be colored. And then when you put your $32,000 of landscaping in city code, I can put pines back there, it'll be dressed up. So the 4 feet will be a little bit above the parking lot, and the other 3 feet will show, and then when you put bushes and shrubs at 4 feet tall, you coming up 8 feet.
I don't even think you'll be able to see the doors from 33 by the time, the trees are put in and everything.
And there's some places I want to put some pines, because I'm going to have gas meters, I'm going to have electrical meters. And I want them covered where you don't see them. From, to 33 Jefferson Street, we want them blocked.
Yeah, like I said, your building on 19th Street looks great.
Yeah.
I'm always pleased when I drive by it and, the lights on it. And so you guys have always been good to the city of Kearney, so.
Any other questions from the board to the applicant? Do you guys have anything else to add?
said the parapet on the backside is 2 foot.
What did you say, sir?
On the backside of the parapet wall, the 2
Yeah,
foot.
it'll go up. I saw what wrote on the drawing, but I don't have no gutters on the back or the front. So my back wall will have to go up at least 2 feet above the rooftop, the roof, to cover up the air conditioning screens. Yeah, and when we design it, it might be 2'6". Yeah, we'll calculate how high what we got on the roof is.
So the roof slopes towards the back.
Correct. Yeah, it's always sloped 1/16 of an inch, and we use taper insulation to create crickets, so
Yeah.
we can run the water out of a 12 by 12 scupper.
So your exhaust fans and all that will be
Yeah,
on the
exhaust fan
backside.
will be below the back of the parapet, yeah. If that had to be 3 feet, it'll have to be 3 foot. It won't be no taller than the tire on the front or on the corners, but it'll be down. You see the corner, I might be a foot taller,
But it'll be
up toward
uniform
the top, yeah.
all the way around.
The corners will be taller than the straight across the back.
Sure.
Yeah. But I have to, by code, I'm gonna hide the roof screen with that wall.
There are no other questions. If we could read the proposed ordinance, first reading by title only, please.
An ordinance approving an amended concept plan and granting a conditional use permit for shared parking, shops at Greenfield lots 2 through 4, as requested by GJM Development.
Make a motion to approve on first read.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Oppose? Second reading by title only, please.
An ordinance approving an amended concept plan and granting a conditional use permit for shared parking, shops at Greenfield lots 2 through 4, as requested by GJM Development.
Motion to approve.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Oppose? Pull the board.
Alderman Lehman,
Aye.
Alderwoman Barger,
Aye.
Alderman King,
Aye.
Alderman Holt.
Aye.
Votes unanimous, ordinance passes on the second reading. Next item is mayor's communications. A couple of things I want to mention is on Monday, the 29th, we are having a meeting with the mayor at 6:30 PM at City Hall. Open meeting. The only agenda I have is giving residents, business owners the opportunity to meet with myself and a few of our management staff and have an open conversation, discuss any questions, concerns, ideas anybody has. So that'll be Monday, the 29th, 6:30 PM here at City Hall. We usually have a decent showing for these meetings, so I would encourage anybody that has any questions, issues, compliments, all the above, please come that night. This is Shirley's last meeting with us. Shirley is a well-deserved retirement coming up, but sad to see Shirley leave us, but she does have a much-deserved retirement reception on Tuesday, the 30th, here at City Hall from 4 to 6 p.m. After 30-plus years of serving the city of Kearney. So if you want to come by and wish Shirley some well wishes and enjoy some good fellowship, please come by and show our appreciation to Shirley on Tuesday, the 30th at 4 to 6 p.m. here at City Hall. Next item under mayor's communication is I'm asking the board to approve my appointment of Sheila Ernzen to serve as the Kearney Chamber Board Liaison. It's a position that I recommend approval on an annual basis. And like I did with the Kearney Richmond Council position, that's something I feel that staff in lieu of an elected official should serve on. So if we could entertain a motion to approve my appointment to the chamber board position.
Motion to approve.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you for that. Next item is the mayor recommended approval of David Lehman as the park board representative for a one-year term. If we can entertain a motion to approve my appointment to the park board.
So moved.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Congratulations, Alderman Lehman. That concludes my mayor's communication. We'll move on to the city administrator report.
I want to give you some updates on some bid openings that have happened and that are coming up. We did open bids on April 10th for the new water tower and the chloramine system. The combination of those two bids, the lowest and best, and I have for you all, I forgot to pass it out, but the city engineer has made a recommendation, and I think staff agrees with that recommendation, so it will be coming to you at a future meeting, but the total of those are about $4.9 million, and that actually was within budget, so that's great. Also coming up, on April 18th, the city is going to have a bid opening for our fiscal year 25 street preservation projects. And then on April 23rd, the Shadowbrook Stormwater Project bid opening will occur.
Yay.
Yes. And so then I just.
Long overdue.
Yes.
Yes.
And then I wanted you to know that the city is requesting input from the public for a transportation survey for our master plan. And so we've already had a really good response, over 200 responses, and we just opened it late last week. And so that's fantastic. And we hope that everyone puts input. It doesn't just have to be residents. It can be people, anyone that drives in our community that has recommendations to tell us what they would like to see. And we want to hear from everyone. And then the only other thing I have is that the next regular board meeting will be Monday, May 6th at 6:30 p.m.
Great, we'll move on to Alderman discussion. Alderman Barter.
I just want to take a minute to thank Alderman Spencer for all of her hard work during the last 12 years. She has done a lot for the city, and I think that we all thank her for that. And welcome, Ashton, for, you're crazy for doing this, but we're glad to have you. So, and that's all I have for this evening.
Alderman Lehman.
Again, to echo Alderman Barter's sentiments, just want to say thanks to Jerry for 12 years of service, and welcome, Ashton. It'll be good to see a new face across there, although I'll have to do a double take. Second, or lastly, I just want to say thank you for everybody that came out to the polls and talked to me about different things. I want them to know that I've heard your comments, and we'll work toward finding the best solution for those comments. And for those people who didn't vote for me, feel free to contact me. I'll be happy to help in any way I can. So I'm looking forward to another 2 years.
Alderman Holt.
Yes, I too want to thank Jerry. As a longtime alderman, there's so many things that happen in the city that so many people don't realize that the aldermen have input into and different things, and it can be a very thankless job. And so I do want to thank her for her dedication and her service to our city. I want to thank Ashton for coming on, following the legacy of his grandfather.
Thank you.
That's impressive. John Bennett would be proud. And so welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Okay.
Alderman Keene, do you have anything to add?
Just want to thank Jerry Spencer for all the great things she has done. I don't think a lot of people know all what she did for this town, and hope to carry on her legacy.
Great, welcome aboard.
Thank you.
With that concludes our.
Can I say something?
Absolutely, yes, ma'am, go ahead.
Okay, well, I just want to thank all of you for putting up with me for 31 years. It's been a pleasure. I've watched the city grow from 1,200 people to over 11,000. And if you don't think longevity is not in the city of Kearney, in that 31 years, I've only served under 2 city administrators and 3 mayors in that 31 years. So that speaks about people's dedication to this community, and it's, I've watched the water department go from lifting the lid and writing a meter reading down on a piece of paper to me sitting at my desk and reading meters. So I feel like I've brought the water department a long ways, and I just hope I can leave a legacy of just always remember, listen, be kind, and treat others like you want to be treated. And that's kind of how I've operated for 31 years, and I hope that's a legacy I can leave for my successor.
Well, thank you, Shirley. Big shoes to fill, but man, you've really earned that sweet retirement that's about ready to happen for you.
All
so.
good things have to come to an end. I've kind of reached the end, so, but I will miss it. My Monday nights will be different, but I'll still be around. I'm not gonna go off into the sunset. I'm going to continue to stay involved with the senior center and serve on the enrichment council board and continue to do that. So I'll still be involved, but anyway, I wish you all good luck and be anxious to see where the city goes next.
Thanks, Cheryl.
If we could entertain a motion to adjourn the meeting.
So moved.
Got a second?
Second.
Wait.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Everybody have a good evening. Thank you.